Hi guys, Dean Hansen here. Today I'm going to be going over my experience of using the Moto 360 Android Wear watch tied into my brand new iPhone 6s Plus. And I just kind of want to go through what I've experienced using it. I've been doing this for about almost a week now. I've had these paired together. And I plan on using this. I didn't just connect it to see if it would work. I actually plan on using this watch with this phone. This is my setup here. First things first, do not attempt to connect an Android Wear watch, or at least the Moto 360, to the iPhone unless it's already been connected, unless the watch has already been connected to a Google phone first. You need to connect this to a Google phone, an Android phone first, and then go through the update process, get it running the most recent OS. Once you do that, you'll go into settings, factory reset, download the Android Wear app on iOS, and go through the connection process, and it will work. I bought this device brand new at Best Buy, and because it had never been connected and updated, I could not connect it to that phone. And I actually bricked the device trying it so many different ways. Eventually, we couldn't get the the Moto 360 to connect to any phone. And I had to return it, and I bought this used for about $100. So that's one of the main reasons you would do this setup, is if you really like iPhone like I do, and you're not an Android guy, but you don't like the Apple Watch because it's $400 and has a weird OS and doesn't make a whole lot of sense, then this is a pretty good option. It's cheap. You're going to miss out on a lot of features, but everything that works does work well. As you can see, I am getting my notifications here. My daughter's volleyball practice, and that's off of the Apple calendar on my phone. And so you will get notifications from your calendar. You'll get text notifications. Pretty much any notification you get on the phone will show up on the watch. However, a lot of the time you can't do much with that information. It's not like I can really go in here and do anything with that information. Whereas if it was whereas if we were using an Android phone, we'd have a lot more options. So I'll get my text messages here, but I can't reply to them on the watch. If I want to reply, I'm going to need to go to the phone. I get basic map notifications on here, but if I want turn by turn or anything like that, I'm going to have to go to the phone. So you are limited in that way. What you see is what you get. So you're not going to have any apps on here. You can't go in here and find apps. They're just non-existent. So you're pretty much limited to weather and just the basics. Weather works good. You can actually do a little bit of voice commands. You could do, "Okay Google, what's the weather like right now?" And so you can do stuff like that, but you're not going to be able to say, "Okay Google, send a text message to blah blah blah." Sorry. You're not going to be able to have it like send a text to somebody or respond to a text or anything like that you would be able to do on an Android phone. Another disclaimer I should put out that's kind of a big deal is if we close this app like this, we're fine. This will stay connected and run. But if we go ahead and go into memory and swipe up and close out that app, the Android Wear app, if I close that out, it will disconnect from the watch, which is a big downer, meaning you always have to have that app running in the background or you're disconnecting. And it tends to disconnect about once a day at random anyway, which is kind of a bummer. And I think it's just because it's leaving the memory of my phone. Even though it's still there, when I come here, I'll have to open it. So kind of expect that. It's not like it's constant, but pretty much every morning when I wake up, it's pretty much disconnected. And I have to just go in here and reopen the app, and then it will connect right back up. And I have noticed it about maybe once every 2 days. All of a sudden I'll just notice that it's disconnected and I have to go in and reconnect it, which is just the process of pretty much just opening the app, and then tapping connect on the watch, and then you're right back in business. The watch runs smooth and has really good battery life, better than I was expecting. So yeah, that's pretty much been my experience. When I said I get like map notifications, basically when I get in my car and start heading home from work, I will get a little notification down here that says, 25 minutes to home or whatever, but I can't slide right, slide left, and really get any extra information. I can't get turn-by-turn directions or anything. I just get the basic notification. And that's the same with like Twitter. If I get somebody says something on my Twitter, the little badge I would get on the phone will show up on the watch, but I can't go into it and read the full message or anything. You can read your full message with messages, text messages, but other than that, you can't. So I think the good pros are the fact that it does work, it works well, and it does access your Apple Calendar, which is a big deal. And when somebody calls me, it will show up here. I'll see it. I can take the call from the watch. There's no speaker on the watch though, but I can see it. I can take the call. I'm able to see my music playing. If I start playing some music on here, I will see what's playing here. Let's show an example of that real quick. So we go into my music and I start playing. So you see right away that The Long Way Down does show up on the watch. That's the song I was just listening to. And I can slide up. Oh, nah. And I can start playing it again. And I can slide over and go to the next song. Because it's not playing, it's not going to play. But you can see that it is switching through the songs. So yeah, when you're driving, you have that option without pulling up your phone. You're going to see your texts and all that. So pretty happy with it. Not sure it's worth a whole lot of money, but until Apple puts out a reasonably priced good smartwatch, I think this is what I'm going to have to do. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll see you guys later.